This video has been long overdue on the channel. Some of you have been asking for it for years, some months, some weeks. It's finally here. Come on a little closer. Inside this box here, we have another box. And inside this box here, we have an even smaller Ford Performance box. These are lightweight boxes, performance boxes, okay? Inside that box, I have the Ford Performance Focus ST calibration. Now, you all have been mentioning that plenty of tunes that are all over the market, so why did I choose this specific one? Let me tell you. First, this needs at least 91 octane to be used in the engine. It prefers 93. Unfortunately, in Arizona, we only have 91, so we're gonna have to stick with that. Second, it preserves my vehicle's warranty. As you know from the beginning of this channel, I am just set on having OEM upgrades from the car. For the car. Fortunately, Ford Performance has a plethora of upgrades on the Ford Performance website, which I will have linked in the description below. So check the description below, and I will have this tune along with the exhaust on the website. So I do have, if you're not familiar, I do have the Ford Performance Sport exhaust. So if you see on top of the tips here, it actually has Ford Racing embroidered on there, and it also has Ford Racing on the muffler part of it too. So an incredible exhaust that I did have installed at the Ford dealership, and the same with this calibration, which I'm able to get installed at the Ford dealership and preserve the vehicle's warranty. So let's talk about why I chose this over all of the other tunes that are out there. Now, this is considered a calibration, and the difference is Ford engineers have the ability to not be guessing as far as what one tweak will do downstream to other parameters of the car. So, for example, they have access to the proprietary code, and they're able to figure out how to pull maximum gains out of the stock engine without putting the vehicle's drivetrain at risk. So that is, I'm sold there. That's the main reason that I chose this tune. It also gives you 90 foot-pounds of torque, which is insane because this is already a torquey engine. But having that extra pep, that increased throttle response throughout a torque curve that's usable power. So we're not looking at top-end power here, we're looking at usable power, something that you're going to be able to use on a daily basis, whether that's the commute or tearing up through the canyons. You're going to notice this all the time. So I am extremely excited for this, and basically what I'm going to do in this video is show you how to get it installed, any interactions I have with Ford, going on the website, getting it registered, and then the process of getting it put into the car. I've never done a tune before, so I'm going to go through this as a first timer, which I'm sure a lot of you have. A lot of you will be doing the same thing. So I'm extremely excited for this. Everything is linked in the description below as far as what I purchased here, but yeah, let's head back to my computer and start the registration process. So the first step of this whole process is going to fordperformance.com. From there you can search Focus ST and you can select the calibration and any other performance upgrades that you want to get. Then you will get a little packet of information like the boxes that I showed you earlier, and on the yellow piece of paper, or at least in my case it was a yellow piece of paper, you will have a unique voucher ID. There's also a link that you can see at the bottom of your screen there, and that is the exact website you need to go to register this. So after you register it, you click enter, then you download on the next screen. When I initially downloaded it, I had an issue opening the program at first because in my settings it didn't allow me to open software of applications that weren't from the App Store. It was just a quick fix in my general security settings. Once you're registered, a verification email will be sent to you. From here, once you do the download, restart your computer, then just go into your launch pad. In my case, I was using a Mac, and from there you open the application. It's a little lightning bolt logo, and then from here we move on to the outside and start to put the tune on the car. Alright, so now on to the final part of the project, and that is plugging into the OBD port and then getting that to communicate with your computer. And this is very simple here. So you just open up the Ford application, the Pro Cal 3 app, which is again that little lightning bolt. There it goes, it pops up. Now as soon as I connect this the USB port to my computer here,
you then need to just hit the on switch where your ignition is. So just hit it, turns the computer on, the electronics, and right, you can see I'm pointing out the volts are now being read through the computer, meaning the car is communicating with the computer properly. So from here, it shows, as you can see, the directions there, and these directions are extremely straightforward and very easy to follow. But it's also really nice because you can click through these tabs I'm going through back and forth to check, okay, am I doing the right thing? Okay, now back onto this tab. So after just watching this footage, I realized how nice and intuitive that feature is on the application.
Okay, so from this screen right here, it has my VIN, my part number, and all this is pre-populated because it's properly communicating with the vehicle. One of the most important steps from here is to have your email and password written exactly as you made them on the Ford website. They specified that a couple times, so just make sure you write that down when you do make it on the Ford Performance website, and you enter that in along with your voucher number, and then right after this we should be good to go.
Another thing I'd like to note is, because as you can see I was doing this outside and not near any Wi-Fi, I was able to use the Wi-Fi tethering on my phone and actually use a hotspot to download everything. I was able to download everything in a matter of seconds, and then the whole process as far as getting it downloaded onto the car and then restarting took me 17 minutes. So that's about how long it should take you. They say it can take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. For in my case, it took 17 minutes and everything was all ready to go. So it was a seamless process, and once I started up the car, here were my initial thoughts.
Haven't driven the car yet, so I'm going to give you the initial impressions after the car has been reflashed and tuned, or recalibrated in Ford's terms. So let's see how it is. Need to get an oil change. Okay, so first thing I'm noticing, it seems to idle a little bit lower, and it seems to be quieter. It seems to be more smooth. And now I'm being like hypersensitive about everything right now, so maybe I could be exaggerating some of this stuff, but it seems to be lowering a little quieter in idle. It seems to be at a lower RPM as well. So just right off the bat, I mean, even in first gear, you notice you're not putting as much pressure down on the throttle and you're getting better power already. It's really smooth. And even more importantly, I need to go through a few more gears here, but it seems like the shifts are smoother. If you own a Focus ST, you know, going from first to second, second to third, if you're just normal driving, you kind of have that little like bump. If you really focus, you can eliminate that. But if you're just driving around not paying attention that much, you get this little, like, it's kind of annoying. It's like a little like bump in between gears. Yeah, right off the line, really smooth. Oh my goodness. These shifts are incredible. Now, when I was looking at this calibration, I didn't realize it would it's almost like it eliminates the rev hang, or you know how like a dual clutch transmission is extremely smooth? That's kind of how this feels. It is so easy to shift now. Not that it wasn't easy before. I mean, I've always given this gearbox and the feel of it high praise, but the transition between gears now is really impressive, very smooth. So I'm in fourth right now. Also notice it gets rid of the eco-friendly shift light. Wow. Another thing this tune does is there's the sound symposer in the engine that makes that basically pipes in noise from the engine to the interior. And really, I never had an issue with it, but it calibrates it to where it's not doing as much of that, so you get more of a natural engine sound, and I can hear that as well. It sounds really good. Down in the third. Wow. So that's, I mean, I'm not even flooring it there. That is crazy how quick that picks up. But basically, it is way less effort to be going a lot faster. And again, this calibration is all about the mid-range power. It's not like you're going to floor it and you're like way back in your seat all of a sudden with this top-end power. It's mid-range, it's usable power. And that along with it not messing up your warranty or anything like that is a huge reason as to why I chose it. Yeah, I'd say halfway to 3/4 throttle response is where you're noticing a big difference. In between shifts, so I have the upgraded air filter as well. In between shifts, you hear a different blow-off sound. The whole car just seems to be putting power down more linearly and more direct. I talked to a buddy of mine, AJ, who we did the intercooler install. He has this Ford Performance tune as well, and he said that his gas mileage went up significantly. So, and I also read that, you know, in the instructions it says that this will not hurt your gas mileage under normal driving conditions. So the commute to work, long distance, things like that. When you're on the gas, yes, it will eat a lot more fuel, but it helps deliver the power and injects the fuel in a way that, you know, gives you a better combustion. It's really impressive. I'm extremely happy with this. It's like you're like excited to drive your car again. You know, not that the Focus ST was getting old or anything like that, but it's just nice to always have an extra bump in power. So this is really cool. But yeah, I'm sitting here with the air conditioning on, and it idles smoother. Let's take the AC off. AC off is always better. I've noticed the difference, at least. Another thing that people talk about is the torque steer. I don't see it any different than how it was before, but I also do have the upgraded rear motor mount, so that probably helps. But second gear pull. Wow. That is impressive. Yeah, the blow-off sound is definitely different. And I don't have an upgraded blow-off valve. I have the upgraded recirculation valve. This is something else. But interested to see what you guys think of this. Obviously, it's been overdue for a while. I've been talking about getting a calibration or tune, and you guys have been mentioning you should get this one, that one. Well, this is the one I finally went with. So if you have this tune, leave your comments below as far as what you think about it, what could be improved, or any, you know, things within the program, the tuning program, that maybe settings that I should look into to help me out. But this refreshed power is excellent. I'm extremely happy with it. And it's also, what I really like is, and I didn't even realize this when I was buying my Focus ST, is just the aftermarket store that Ford has. It's really nice that you can go onto a Ford website and be able to buy parts from Ford Performance. And then Ford Performance also has Mountune, which is part of their racing division, which is big into rally sport and all that kind of stuff. But that's on Ford's website, and you can get this all installed at a Ford dealership, so your warranty's safe. You're able to customize your car to your liking. That's really cool to me. There's very, very few manufacturers that do it to the extent that Ford does, and also makes parts that you want to put in your car. Like, I don't know of another manufacturer that builds a tune like this, like a tune for your car, an access port, a program to tune it with. That's really cool. That's something I wasn't even thinking of when I bought the car. And if you're looking to buy a Ford in general, they have these for the Mustang, the Fiesta, the Focus RS, the whole lineup. So very cool. But yeah, that's it. That's what I've been leading you guys on for months. Sorry I didn't get this video out there quicker, but it was well worth the wait. I'm gonna, obviously, like I do with all the things on the ST, I will be bringing you updates on the tune, my gas mileage, how I feel about it, all that kind of stuff coming up soon. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. If you're still with me in the video, go ahead and drop a like on the video. Check out some of my other videos too on the Focus ST. I've covered this thing more than anyone has on YouTube. I've gone in depth on every little part of the car, detailing it, upgrades, things like that. So I hope you all are enjoying the content. Hope you're having a good day wherever you're at in the world, and we will see you next time. I'm gonna get arrested. Wow. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, shorty caking up, you know how to do it. Making paper, spinning racks, know you going through it. It's time to